All right, friends, step 2 of your weaving process. Once you've gotten to something like this, I want you to check to see how many strings you have. And I learned that it needs to be an odd number. You can't have even when it comes to this. I actually thought that even would be okay because I've done weavings like this before, but not in a circular motion, but I discovered with the pattern that odd is the way to go. So I'm stealing Leslie's, thank you Leslie from period 7, but I want to count to make sure I have the odd. So I'm going to put my finger on 1, and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. She has an even number. So that means I need to create one more space. So what I'm going to do is just pick an area, like she already has an extra clip, and I'm just going to take a string. You don't need anything too long, okay? And add that on. On the back of it, just tape this guy down, okay? And then this is kind of the tough part. You're going to take this and slide it underneath, okay? And you want to do it so that you cover all the strings, okay? It's always harder to do this and not look at the video. But I slid it under, pull it through, and then you're just going to tie a knot. So to tie a knot, you make a little hole, and you pull the string through, okay, and tighten it, okay? When you do that, you'll notice it kind of pulls everything into a perfect little bicycle loop, and then I'm going to cut off the extra. So now I should have 15, which will make it come odd number. After that, you need to see me, and I have popsicle sticks. So to start your weaving part, you're going to need the popsicle stick. This, what we created, this thing is called the loom, L-O-O-M. This is what you use to actually do the weaving on. And you'll need actually a weft, which is helping you to do the motion of the over, under. So then get a piece of string. I suggest doing a color that's different than this because it makes it easier to see. But you're basically just going to put your string in one side, put it in the other, open your arms really wide, and then cut a string that long. So now I have a pretty nice, decent string. And then you're going to take this piece and lay it across the popsicle stick. And you just want to wrap this around. And when you do that, you want to try to get it as flat as possible because sometimes it can get caught in the weaving. So when you do that, go to the opposite side. And this side, you're going to tie on. Just like you did before, create a little knot, just like you would tie your shoe. So I'm going to bring this up, fold it over, pull it on the inside, tighten it. Then chop off any extra. Then after that, it's pretty simple. You're going to start wherever you want to start. It won't matter where. But the idea is that you go over, under, over, under, over, under, or some people say up, down, up, down, up, down. But you're going to pick a string to go with, and you're going to go under, over. See how it goes on top? Under. And then I'm going to go over, under, okay? And you'll see that if you do this correctly, your popsicle stick will have a string, one underneath a string, one underneath it. And when you do that halfway through, then you want to pull. And I recommend that you pull with your hand because sometimes when the string is long, it does this, which is a perfect example. It gets tangly. So just kind of pull it until you have something like this. And then you just keep going. So this part gets a little confusing because you can see once I did it, I'm like, oh crap, where did I end off on? But if you just look to see where the string ended up at the end, like that is under, I know that the next one I need to go over. Then under, over, under, over, under. As you get a little bit more comfortable, you can go the entire way around one time. But you want to be careful because you also just don't want to not pull this part and then it get tangled, okay? But when you do that, you'll start to see that the string is creating this patterns over under pattern. And because it's an odd number, it's going to help that pattern to alternate. And it'll start to create that woven piece that will keep everything together. Kind of like if you take a really deep look at your clothing, you'll see this same weaving pattern in your t-shirts and your hoodies, all those things, okay? And then you just keep going all the way around. As you keep going, you'll end up like building this fifth period. He's starting to get all the way like deeper, and he's done a really good job keeping this nice and tight. And when you're done and you get to this part, all you have to do is take the tape off and attach a piece of string to it, and it can be a new color. It's not do the same. So good luck with that today. I'm loading the kiln today, so we'll be kind of popping back and forth with this weaving project and your clay.